The next car that passes you on the road may be driven by a drunk. You think that's unlikely? Then look at the number of multiple OVI offenders our investigation has turned up in your county and see what you can do to help keep drunk drivers off our roads. Hi, looking for Timothy Brown? My name is Jack Atherton.
And we found Mr. Brown at his Springfield home because...
You're not allowed to drive now, right?
No.
And you're not driving?
No.
And that's because Timothy Brown has joined a not very exclusive club, Ohio's multiple OVI offenders. Members include, in Clark County alone, Amber Short, convicted of driving drunk 5 times, William Newman, convicted 14 times, Jacob Gilbert, placed on probation after his 16th OVI conviction, and Dwayne Lenore, who racked up his latest arrest just 3 days after getting released from jail. And those are just the number of times these drivers got caught.
I had one deputy tell me that it was something like 86 to 1 for the amount of times that they drink and drive that they get stopped.
In Ohio, if you do get caught and you're convicted of misdemeanor OVI 3 times within 6 years, your next conviction becomes a felony. Here in the Miami Valley, we're talking about 1,364 multiple OVI offenders in Miami County, 1,501 in Greene, 2,109 in Clark County, and in Montgomery County, strap yourself in for this. 6,040 drunk drivers who have been bobbing and weaving and maybe crashing into you on our roads. Jerry Smith's entire life story can be told in terms of drunk driving arrests over his irresponsible and scary 54 years.
One OVI is one too many.
Right. So how did Smith manage to collect 8 OVIs and counting?
We do everything we can to try to remove these drivers from the roadway, but we can't physically stop someone from getting behind the wheel.
True, once they have access to a car, but they won't if we can keep those chronic drunk drivers locked up. So we want to know what's preventing that. First, we're told some judges favor counseling over incarceration.
Unfortunately, with those folks that we see that are multiple repeat offenders, the counseling has not dealt with the disease that they have.
Because they're alcoholics?
I suspect.
Actually, it's worse than that.
It appears these people not only have an addiction to alcohol, they have an addiction to drinking and driving. They don't appear to understand the consequences, even though they've been through the system before.
Take William Newman, the guy who drove loaded with 13 prior OVIs, and on his 14th, hit not 1, but 2 cars.
Well, what did he say in court? How did he explain this?
He was going out for a pack of cigarettes, and that was his excuse for driving. Just need a pack of cigarettes.
And there's another problem. Under Ohio law, no matter how many times you're convicted of drunk driving, it's never more than a 3rd-degree felony with a typical max of just 5 years in prison.
And you'd like to see that changed?
You could continue to enhance that to an F2 and F1 level because they are still putting the community and putting people in danger.
Heck, in Texas, 6 OVIs can get you life in prison. Maybe that's what it'll take here in Ohio.
Now, you remember the man we first met, Timothy Brown? Well, he says he had been sober for years until he got a shock.
My wife had just passed away November 3rd, and I just
I'm sorry to hear that.
wasn't thinking.
Timothy Brown has now been ordered to attend alcohol treatment, and he vows.
So you're not going to get picked up again?
No.
Well, for Timothy's sake and his kids, we hope that's true. But if you want to see Ohio stiffen the penalties for multiple OVIs, go to our website right now, fox45now.com, and look under news links.